What's up, everybody? I'm Pete Pardo from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to Pick and Day number 25 of my favorite 31 blind buy albums. Those album purchases that you went and saw something sitting at a record shop, in a CD shop, at a flea market, at a tag sale, at a yard sale, at a festival, wherever it might have been. You saw it sitting there. You loved the cover. Maybe you heard of the band or artist name, or maybe not at all. But you saw that album and you were like, yeah, that looks pretty cool. I think I'm going to take it home. And then when you did, you put it on your turntable, you popped it into your CD player or 8-track player or cassette player, and you were pleasantly surprised. And there you had a new band or artist that you could call one of your own that you can enjoy for however long after that, right? So, but the purchase was a successful one, a positive one, and we're happy we made that blind buy. We took that chance on that album. Today, this is an album I bought very soon after it was officially came out in 1984. I remember seeing this in Record World, once again Record World, the Orange Plaza in Middletown, New York, and seeing this album cover. And I remember I was with my brother, and we both said, "Wow, check that out. That's pretty cool looking. Could it be a metal band?" Looking at the back, we're like, "Yeah, it's got to be a metal band." Like I said, released in 1984. The band was from Phoenix, Arizona. The album recorded at Prairie Sun Studios in Cotati, California. Produced by Mike Varney for Capitol Records. Talking about the self-titled debut from the band Icon. Yes, indeed. I knew nothing about Icon. Don't even remember reading anything about them in the magazines, anything like that. But, basically the cover struck us. I got the rock candy version here. And then turned it over, and there they were, looking like that. And, in 1984, I was pretty sure to take a chance on a band looking like that, right? Especially if it's something had a great cover like that. So, decided to take a chance on it. Brought it home. I was pleasantly surprised. In fact, my brother, shortly thereafter, because, of course, I was getting ready to go away to college, and took my albums with me. He went out and got a copy for himself as well, because he couldn't listen to mine anymore, right? Older brother's gone and went to school, took all his albums with him. Damn it. I have to go get my own now. That's right, you certainly do. All right, so the band comprised of Stephen Clifford on vocals, John Aquilino on guitars, Dan Wexler, the great Dan Wexler, on guitars and vocals, Tracy Wallach, bass and vocals, and Pat Dixon on drums, engineered by Alan Sudoff. Like I said, produced by Mike Varney. And I believe the band was managed by Peter Morticelli. So that whole Mike Varney early Shrapnel days, right? They were kind of involved with this band, which a lot of shredding guitars on here. They had really weird production on this album, right? I know you've probably heard myself and certainly Butch Jones talk about the production of this album over the years, where it's just got this massively distorted, jagged, ragged, savage guitar tone throughout, but a really good heavy album full of kind of anthemic songs. It's like, it's funny, you listen to this album and then you listen to the one that comes after it, which sounds completely different. Their next album is much, much more in the melodic rock AOR vein. But you could tell that that's kind of the band that they were here. It's like they were that band, but the production just gave them this sound that transported them to something just a little bit different. It's metal, but it's not the melodic rock or melodic metal of the next album. It's a little bit more like picture maybe a heavier, just as dark, like early Dokken type of thing, right? So what do we got on here? We got the opening track is "Rock On Through the Night." Great anthem to start things off, right? There's those riffs just all over the place. Killer Machine, another cool track. "On Your Feet." Excellent. "World War" and "Hot Desert Night" make up side one. It's a really good side. There's some really good stuff on here. On side two, you got "Under My Gun," "Iconoclast," "Rock and Roll Maniac." Again, the seeds of what we would hear on the next album. And certainly there's a lot of this kind of like the underpinnings of, and again, it's early, so 1984, really the whole glam and hair metal scene is not really hitting big till like 85, 86, and 87. But you could hear a lot of it on this album, even though the guitars are raw and distorted and roaring, right? It's definitely, you can hear the seeds of all that stuff. And again, their melodic side fully comes out on the next album. I'm Alive and It's Up to You finishes off the album, and it's just one heavy hitter after another. It's funny because like back in the day, I remember loving this album. And then when the second album came out, I was a little disappointed because it is much lighter. Like I said, it's definitely like melodic rock AOR. Good songs, of course, but I miss like the guitar muscle. Nowadays, when I go back and revisit these two albums, I kind of like the second album more because I think the second album has better songs than this one. The songs are great on this one. The guitar tone is savage. There's lots of great guitar work, but there's great guitar work on the next album too. It's just they've toned down that kind of rough edge, and the songwriting is just even better. But this is still really, really good. But the reason why I bought that second album is because I took the chance on this one. That's kind of what it's all about. And I remember bringing this to school with me, to college with me, and playing this all the time. And most people kind of like, Icon, who the hell is Icon? Because they got no exposure whatsoever. And I'm amazed on that second album, because that second album has like hits all over it, or could have and should have been hits, basically. Right, and I think the record label just completely dropped the ball on that album, because then that album came out in the midst of all this other stuff that was selling really good. And these guys, they had the look, they had the chops, they had the songs. It's a real shame. They didn't get on any big tours, right? It just kind of didn't go anywhere, which is a real shame. And, they played some clubs and things like that, and they played with some of the other kind of second tier metal bands, hard rock and metal bands, but never really made a big impression. So yeah, but Killer Machine is great. Iconoclast is great. Rock On Through the Night's one of my favorites on here. There's really no bad tracks on here. It's just I think they just got even better with that next album. So yeah, so that's my pick for today. Icon, self-titled debut. Saw that album cover, saw the back cover. I was like, yep, I'm bringing it home, and I really dug it. So that's the story for today. We'll see you tomorrow for another one. Visit us on the web at www.seatranquility.org. We're on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram all the damn time. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and click on that notification bell so you get alerted of all of our content as a post. And please do hit the like button before you leave. Also, down below, we got the links to our Ko-Fi page for channel donations, our merch page, our Cameo page, and the Sea of Tranquility membership options. They'll all be down there. Thanks in advance for all your support, folks. It's greatly appreciated. And we'll see you soon here with more stuff. What do we got? More stuff coming. Tune in tonight. First things first. Tune in this afternoon. We've got another episode of From the UK Connection. Some of you might be saying, well, what is From the UK Connection? From the UK Connection is kind of the solo show for Stephen and Simon, the two of the UK guys from the UK Connection, doing it without me. Today they're going to do part 2 of their look at the Slade discography. So tune in to Simon and Stephen at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time today to hear more about the band Slade and their discography and their catalog. Tonight we've got 2 album homework assignment episodes for you. We've got myself and Martin Popoff, and we have Craig Kaminsky and Guitar Hack. Those 2 episodes are coming up tonight, so tune in to those here on this Saturday evening. For those of you who are out and about in Uniondale, Long Island tonight, please come try and find me over at the Dream Theater show at Nassau Coliseum tonight. That's where I'll be. I'll be at the Green Turtle beforehand and then at the Coliseum for the show. Tomorrow we've got Ranking the Albums. George Lamy and I will be ranking the catalog of the very cool Spanish fusion prog band Iceberg. So long time coming on this one. Very, very cool catalog here. Just amazing musicianship on these albums. And if you've never heard Iceberg before, but you like Return to Forever and Brand X and Mahavishnu Orchestra, I think you're going to like what we're going to talk about on this episode. So do not miss that tomorrow. That's coming up at you. Till then, I am Pete Pardo. Thanks for watching, everybody. See you soon. Bye-bye.